Guys, we got a package, and that is what this video is going to be about. Okay guys, so this is the 3.75 inch NLBN, going to be a game changer. Excited for this. Gonna go try it out 1 or 2 days, real quick trips. Enough of this, let's go get on them. Today, we are diving right into it. After receiving a box full of some new swim baits, I wanted to go see what I could catch. Alrighty guys, well, welcome back to another video. We got a couple things to talk about today. First of all, hope you guys are doing good, but we are starting kind of a new series on this channel. I think it's gonna be something that's cool. I think it's gonna be something that's good for not only the channel, for you guys, maybe trying to learn a little bit about fishing, but also I think it's gonna be good for me. Kind of the goal of it is to kind of get some different videos out there, but also to ultimately kind of get me out my comfort zone. When you're guiding and you also just fish a lot and need to catch some fish to be successful, a lot of times you can get some favorite lures, end up throwing those a lot. But I think I'm going to kind of start a lure, kind of like it's not going to be titled lure review series, but that's going to be kind of the gist of it, is like it sounds, using different lures, seeing how they all work, all down here in the Everglades, so fishing kind of similar waters. But I'm going to start off with the most popular baits. Got the NLBN right now. Then I'm going to go to gulp shrimp probably, work my way all the way down to probably 20, I'd hope maybe 20 or so baits, some that are not as common. With that being said, guys, today we are throwing the 3.75 inch. This is their new one, but it's 3.75 inch swim bait. You guys have seen a ton about the 3 inch, and I'd love to get some stuff with this out there. This is a new bait. I think it's going to work extremely good. The 3 inch has been one of my go-to swim baits, if not the go-to swim bait, for quite some time. I think this, a little bit bigger profile, maybe might get some bigger fish to strike it. Also sinks a little bit different, so a little bit slower retrieve. It still glides through the water a little bit better than the 3 inch, I think. We'll see how it goes today, but guys, summertime, dropped in at 6 down here, ran super far, it's almost 8. But with that being said, guys, we're gonna get on some fish, exploring a little bit today. I am throwing the Florida Fishing Products Osprey CE Pro. You guys see that. Phenomenal reels. Love these things. Had them for a decent bit now, but I prefer the Osprey CE Pro just because the higher gear ratio, but they make some great products. They're great guys over there. So go check them out if you have not seen them or you're not familiar with their products. But that's what I'm using today. Bulls Bay bolts, 6 to 12 medium. A lot of people ask about that too. Got, I think, 15-pound braid on this bad boy. This is the 4K. That being said, guys, enough talking. Let's go get on some fish. Hopefully big snook, big red, little tarpon, whatever. Let's see what happens. This is where I planned on testing this bait, the Everglades coast. And as I stumbled upon a crocodile early in the morning, it was time to get fishing. Yeah, guys, we are on the egret today. My boat is in the shop, getting some upgrades, getting it actually converted to a side console for guiding, and then also putting a 40 horsepower on there. So a little bit more oomph in that boat, a little bit more speed, a little bit better hole shot, hopefully, with 3 people. Another thing with the lure review, depending on, like if I get run off by rain or something, maybe not, but I'm gonna kind of show you guys how it is. I'm not a firm believer in the whole, like if you go throw a lure once, it doesn't work, that it's not a good lure. And for example, this should catch fish. So if we don't, you know, might give it another shot, maybe do 2 days video, especially because summertime, you only get a certain amount of time to fish before you get run off. Although today looks like it might be an exception. But with that being said, guys, want to give these lures a fair shot. But if I have what I think should be a good day and we don't catch anything, I'm going to kind of show it how it is. You know, there's a reason I choose lures that they prefer. It's because they work better, you know what I mean? So if a lure doesn't really work, or like I think the 3 inch is better than the 3.75, I'll show you, or I'll tell you guys about it, you know what I mean? So also, guys, I am guiding. Mentioned that last video and got a lot of people reaching out, got some trips booked for when I get my boat back. So if you guys want to do some of this, come explore. Just way down here in the Everglades. Artificial fly, that's all I'm offering. Love doing that stuff. Let me know. And website's in the bio. But go check out some of these videos. And this place can be intimidating. I'd love to kind of take you guys out here, hopefully get on some fish. So this bank is just littered with glass minnows. As I cruised the ancient Everglades bank, the life around me was very much evident. A lot of these seem to be ladyfish. There's some that are popping that I'd be shocked if they weren't snook, but... After working through the unwanted species, it wasn't long until I had some awesome sight casting opportunities. Alright, there's a couple fish, probably redfish. Got him. Actually, might be a snook. Oh, nice snook, guys. There's 2 of them. Sight casting with the NLBN 3.75. Oh, let's go, guys. Gorgeous fish. Oh, gorgeous fish. I saw him. I think the other one was bigger. Let's get him in the boat. They were awesome. That one on a fly would have been so fun. Oh, gorgeous fish. Great start to the day, guys. I thought they could have been redfish with the way they were crawling, but instead, just a gorgeous snook. Hoping there's some more where that came from. Okay, buddy, chill out. He saw that thing and he did not hesitate at all. You guys see that? Let's pop that out. 27 inches. All right, guys. Fat 27-inch snook right there. He has been eaten well, that is for sure. Beautiful big tail on him, nice mouth. He's probably gonna end up being a quality snook in his day. Let's get him back in the water. There we go, look at him go. First fish, we sight casted him. Let's get back on him. He was cruising in a pair, which is kind of what those snook will do sometimes, but I saw him. I thought they might have been redfish, but let's get back on him. It'll be a fun time. Not very frayed up, surprisingly. See, so this is where, now there's some sun, you can actually see these fish. Yeah, the first one kind of spooked from it. That guy, which like I said, I think he was the smaller one. He was a little bit more foolish. Might be a fish right there. It's funny, these snook, they'll literally sit here like logs sometimes. And it's like, you almost gotta cast at every one of them because you don't know which one is a snook and which one is a log. This is a beautiful area, guys. Basically fishing the beach. Oh, there's a nice fish. This one might be a red. I think it's a snook. Yeah, I will say this isn't the best bait for sight casting, I don't think. You know what I mean? It's not like you can let it sit. It doesn't have scent. But this snook is just laid up right here. Oh, he spooked. Okay. Yeah, see, it's tough. Which that's how most swim baits are. Like, I wouldn't really recommend a swim bait for sight casting. You know what I mean? It's more for covering ground. But that being said, obviously you can still do it. I did it last fish, but that one, he was probably 24, 25. I want to come here with fly bad. I'm really glad we got that nice, basically almost slot snook on the board though, early. It's definitely a good feeling. Here's a fish. He followed it for about 10 feet.
That snook was an awesome way to start the day.
And as he set the tone early, I was hoping the rest of my day would follow suit. As I continued to cruise down this line, I reached an outflowing river mouth, a telltale sign that there would be some nice fish around. All right, guys, so there's a little creek up here. Big shark right there. Lots of birds and life around here. You can see this river, this little creek feeding out water. I'd be shocked if there's not a nice snook or redfish here. Very deep right here, obviously very shallow around the edges. All right, well, it's not a ladyfish. Unfortunately, this creek was not as productive as I would have liked. And as the tide began to run out, I decided it was time for me to make a move. All right, guys, well, we're gonna turn around and go work a new line. That 27-inch snook's awesome. Saw a lot of the snook and fish. I might actually go back, give that another pass, because that area was really good for sight casting. And like I said, there was another big snook with mine. A couple fish we just missed an opportunity on, so I might give that another swing. We'll see. But exploring these creeks, super pretty. As I picked up the trolling motor and made my way to the next spot, it was not long until we found some more fish. All right, guys, this is where I was sight casting them. The amount of bait here is just ridiculous, man. It's 9 o'clock. I've been fishing for about an hour 15. All right, I just saw a nice fish chasing some bait up here. I think it was a nice snook, and then he kind of disappeared. All right, there's some fish right there. It's 2 snook. Come on, buddy. God, there's snook everywhere, guys. Like I said, maybe not the best bait for sight casting, but there's a lot of fish hanging around here. I need to come here with fly. All right, they're not really interested in this white. Let me change to this more natural color. See if I can't fool one of these. Definitely not the ones I'm sight casting at. They look a little bigger in this guy, but we did just cast. I kind of casted into that blind spot. And he's a healthy little snook, nothing to complain about there. Some of these are a little bit healthier. You guys can see him. All right, guys, let's get going. Time for a new spot. Pulled another snook out of there. A lot of fish there. It's definitely a good spot. Need a fly fish there. But with that being said, we're gonna keep going, try to get some bigger fish in the boats. All right, guys, well, it is super low tide. Gonna fish this, never fished these areas before. Might be some sight casting opportunities. Probably gonna stay majority along the coast today. I don't know, might tuck into the back. I got a tournament coming up. I'm fishing in the Everglades Fishing Company tournament, the first one. So kind of pre-gaming for that a little bit. All right, trout. That's good. There we go, guys. Pretty colors on him. Oh my God, it came off. Oh my God, that was a nice fish. Oh, what? Oh, that was a big snook. I don't know how that came off. Thought I stuck him. There's a fish right there. Yeah, guys, I had a nice hit. I think it was a nice snook. And when I say nice, I'm thinking slot. Bruh, are you kidding me? How does that happen? I don't know what that was, but that was a big fish. I think it might have been a nice red. I set the hook on that thing so hard. I don't understand. After missing what I think was 2 really nice fish, I continued working inside this creek mouth, hoping to find one of those fish that would finally stay pinned. Yeah, guys, we had a couple good hits there. That one fish on the bank earlier, hook came loose, had another one eat at the boat. I think the way it kind of changed directions on me, I think it was a nice red. After that, I decided to make a move geographically. As the winds picked up and the waves got bigger, we decided to start working our way back home. With this, we came across the classic chocolate milk covered water and ultimately was throwing a more bright color trying to find some fish. All right, guys, so now we're throwing the lime cider color. This water is so chocolate milk. I genuinely just want something that's gonna stand out. I was gonna say, I refuse to fish this and not leave with a fish. You guys can see that. It's so funny seeing a lure like that in their mouths. It's like, it looks like absolutely nothing. It looks like absolutely nothing this guy should be eating. But sometimes it's all about contrast, you know what I mean? That's why a lot of fly guys love using chartreuse, but beautiful fish. Let's see if there's some bigger ones in there. Unfortunately, there was no other fish. It was time to finally wrap up our trip and head back towards the ramp. Alrighty guys, well, that is gonna wrap it up. Pretty awesome day. I mean, came out here, honestly, just fished. It's 12:40, so storms pretty much stayed at bay, but was able to get a good amount of fishing in on the egret, fun boat. Was exploring all morning. That low tide mixed in with the full moon, not the greatest thing for me, I think. This boat obviously can't float as shallow as mine, but also like along the coast. I chose to fish the coast this morning, probably not the greatest idea, but along the coastline when it's that shallow, exploring new areas I haven't fished before, it is just very shallow, which was cool because we were able to get some sight casting opportunities. So that was awesome. But with that being said, today, obviously, guys, it was about first lure review kind of thing in the series was about the 3-inch NLBN. This is the line cider color. Got a little snook today. I think this lure, overall, I think this is a great lure. If you're trying to throw a little bit bigger swim bait, I think this one's for you. But honestly, with how my luck has been with the 3-inch NLBN, I will say I think that's still king for me from this brand at least. The 3.75, I think skips pretty good. Has great action, probably more action than the 3-inch. But in my opinion, it's a little heavier. That's just my preference. But I definitely see myself using both of them because when you want that bigger profile, you know you're targeting some bigger fish. Especially I think when like this winter when I'm in the back, I think this will be a great size to be throwing. It's hard to beat the 3-inch NLBN though. I mean, I've caught so many good fish on that lately. But with that being said, let me know if there's some certain lures that you guys would like to have me review. I have some on my mind, products from Z-Man, DOA obviously, Gulp, Berkeley. They have a bunch of other things that are kind of like gulps, but they're not necessarily a gulp shrimp. Z-Man diesel minnows, which will kind of compete with this, see how that does. compared to the 3-inch right here. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend. It's Friday. You guys should be seeing this Sunday, so I hope you guys had a great weekend. Stay tuned. The big news with my boat. That'll be awesome when it's done. You guys might have seen some sneak peeks on Instagram, but it's gonna be a sweet boat. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna get going, get home. I got golf later. Time to go shoot a 105. But with that being said, guys, God bless you, and I will see you later. Book a trip if you want to come fish. Not the greatest day today, but did get almost slot snook. Have a lot of other sight casting opportunities, which if we were throwing some gulps and stuff, I think we would have converted a little bit more. But with that being said, see you guys in the next video. God bless.